I think that topic is ill-phrased, the sword or the constitution. It should actually be both. It should not be either or. The president swears by the constitution internally to defend the constitution and the people of Kenya. He is handed over the sword for external aggression, not to use on Kenyans, but to use on those who want to attack Kenyans. So when the president says that, the sword is not for cutting boga, that's where he starts to miss the point. That sword is to protect us from others, not to be used on any Kenyan. For all Kenyans is the constitution. That's number one. Number two, the way you phrased it, that this war between the executive and the judiciary, there is no war. And it reminds me of, I've been watching news a lot. And the international media, especially, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention,
yes,
but let's say,
yes, you can.
Yes, if you look at CNN, for example, reporting, when it was between Russia and Ukraine, they clearly wrote the Russian war on Ukraine. Now that is between Israel and Palestine or the Hamas, it's not Israel war on Hamas. They say the Israel-Palestinian conflict. But if you watch Al Jazeera, on the other hand, they say the Israeli war on Hamas. In our case, it is not a war between the executive and the judiciary. It is the executive war on the judiciary. The judiciary has not opened any war on the executive. Lastly, and this is where my point of departure from Honorable Sholei, it is okay for governmental agencies, the principal arms of government, we have four, okay, of state. The traditional executive, judiciary, and the legislature. But we also have independent commissions and offices who, it has been argued, can actually stand as independent organs of state. But the point is this: among these bodies, there are some which are meant to check on others, but there are others don't have the power to check on others. Let me explain. For us in the legislature, we have a constitutional mandate to oversight the executive. We oversight the executive by determining the budget. We oversight them by deciding whether the actions of the executive are reasonable or not. That's why even the president addresses us once a year. So we have that mandate under Article 94. The judiciary oversights both us and the executive under Article 165. For us, they determine whether any law we have passed is constitutional or not. Okay, they can't make law, but they determine.
Yeah.
For the executive, they decide whether any executive action is within the constitution and the law or not. So it's perfectly in order for them. The constitutional commissions and independent offices oversight all of us, the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive. However, the executive is not given any constitutional mandate to oversight either the legislature or the judiciary.
Okay, I'm glad.